Video. This is David Pendleton, and I'm going to cover the rookie division. This is going to be the final round, so the weekend round. This is going to be the front 9 holes, all the wind angles. I hope everybody had a great holiday yesterday. I'm extremely tired this morning, but I still got up early, to work on the video and get the content out there so you can be set up for success. A few things: if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and become one. That would be awesome. And 2, if you find my videos helpful, please take a second there and hit the thumbs up button. Alright, let's just go right in and try to do this as quick as possible. I had a decent front 9 this morning. I cost myself probably 2 shots, to be honest, or else I'd be sitting with a really, really good score. But it's okay. I'll take what I have. At least we're in the finals. Tier 3 is extremely difficult, so best of luck to everybody out there. Here we go. Alright, hole number 1. The deadly hole. We're just going to avoid the glitch altogether, which is why we're going to be using 4.5 bars, we're going to be using 3 bars of side spin here, combined with 3 bars of top spin. The reason why we're not using a lot more top spin than this is just because, we don't want to hit that fairway glitch roll and go flying into the sand and start us off with a really bad, in a really bad mood. At least I would be if I drove sand on hole number 1. So I just back it off as far as the top spin goes, and you might be thinking, oh, you left so much fairway, you can do more top spin. Don't do it, because you don't want to just catch that glitch roll. And 326 is plenty of distance, even with a sniper. I know a lot of people are going to have to bring a big dog to this hole if you don't have these types of clubs, but I do, so I can show you what the sniper looks like here. And you're going to see that even with only using those 3 bars of top spin, our distance is fine. I still have room here to pull my rings with a sniper, so we don't really need to push that drive anymore. Now, I did use a Kingmaker as well here, and the only reason I'm using a Kingmaker is because, 1, it's the finals, and, I was trying to reduce the wind as much as possible on shot number 2. Going into it, I didn't know we were going to get headwind, so I am glad that I did choose a Kingmaker. And just like we have been all tournament, we get this ball really damn close to the hole, and, I was hoping at least once I would catch it into the hole, but we didn't. But either way, we didn't avoid. We avoided, I would say, the sand and the rough throughout the entire rounds. So we'll take that. Hole number 2, 10% elevation. There's really nothing special about this drive, everybody. We've been playing it this way all tournament, and we will in every tournament in the future for the most part. 3 back, 1 right. Again, I'm heavy with the backspin here, just because I don't want to go up into that rough there. Hole number 2, remember, we're just laying up. What I would like to do ultimately is get this ball up as far on the fairway as possible, and I would like to get to the right-hand side of the bunker. Like, if I could get that ball right-hand side of the bunker, that would be good. And here, I'm in that area. I would just like to be further up. So the thing that we can do here is we can push the drive a little bit harder and maybe reduce the backspin a little bit, because you can see I left a lot of yards on my drive to get there. Or for you folks that are playing with money balls, be very careful on your drive. But if you were to use yourself like a power 4, win 3 ball or a power 4 win 2 ball, you could really get this ball higher up the fairway, which would be nice. But either way, you can see here with this distance, I'm still taking the shot with my thorn, and that's all that we really want in the end. I'm just trying to provide a little extra strategy since it's the finals, and I know some people are using money balls. But regardless here, I'm taking the shot with my thorn. I have enough distance here to even use a couple bars of backspin, which I love. And here I'm slightly favoring the right-hand side of the pin just because of that wind push. And to be honest with everybody, I don't know what my problem is on this hole in this tournament on rookie, but I cannot hit perfect on this shot. So, it's got to be in my head at this point. But I hit a great ball here, and extremely frustrating because that ball would have definitely been in the hole with a perfect shot, as we just burned the left edge of the cup. So, I got to own it. It's my fault. Got to hit perfect in this game. At least you think you have to. This graphic is wrong. This is not hole number 4. This is obviously hole number 3. And take a look at what I'm doing here. I put 5 bars of backspin, 1 bar of left side spin on with my navigator. I'm going to play this 10%. I'm going to play it at max distance of my club. Now, we're not at max. And you might be like, well, that's a little bit different. We've been playing this at mid all tournament. Right. But because of the headwind, a very strong headwind, I'm going to play it at max because that's going to make me pull more rings, which is going to help me get more distance here and fight against the headwind. There's a little trick in the game that you can use. But we get a normal shot here. We do hit the perfect ball. And it was just too much backspin. So 4 bars of backspin, everybody. 4 back, 1 left, and you're going to be really stinking close on that hole. Now this is really hole number 4. Hole number 4, we do pick up the eagle here, thank goodness. I'm using a katana, and the only reason I'm using a katana this time over the navigator is because of the wind angle blowing from right to left. I did want a little bit more than 1 bar of side spin, so I was going to need a katana in order to do that, and I don't like the Quasar at all. 10% elevation, no overpower, no curl. Remember, we're just trying to land right here in this area, not too much further up and to the right, because we do want this straight angle shot as pin to the pin, as you can see in the camera angle right here. Now that leaves us with a really nice shot to try to get an eagle. And we're getting really good tailwind here, which is an ideal situation. So as normal, I am just using backspin, aiming into the hole. Now you can see here I'm slightly favoring, no, I guess I'm dead center. I thought I moved that over. Either way, we do need to talk about this shot because I hit a great ball to the right, okay? And this time I got lucky. So great ball to the right, and I burn the right edge of the cup, and I get that ball to drop. So I would want to advise you to offset this shot left-hand side of the cup, okay? So in the cup, but left-hand side of the cup, because we have to know that if I pulled it mid-distance and I hit a great ball to the right and I got the ball to go in, we need to be playing further left on this hole. Now, this is a weird hole, and this may not make sense to a lot of people, but you can't play this hole straight up. You really need to use a slider on this hole, and I've abandoned using the slider with the new tournament format. I'm going to be using a lot more offsets than anything because it's very difficult. Like, you're never really in a minimum, mid, or max distance on this shot number 2. So you kind of just have to gauge the distance of your club. So I played this one mid-distance straight up. Great right. Burned the right edge of the cup and went in the hole. I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry. I'm talking weird. But we need to play this offset left-hand side of the cup. Use a little bit of backspin to get your ball guideline tight. And you're going to be in really good position on hole number 4, shot 2. Okay. Now that brings us on to hole number 5. 10% at max. All we want is a navigator here. I'm going to play higher up this time just because of the headwind. And as you can see here, I'm using a little bit of topspin, okay? It's not a whole lot. Let's get back to that. A little bit of topspin combined with a little bit of side spin to the left. So let's call that 0.7 top, 0.2 left. I'm trying to get my ball guideline short of the hole, but aiming straight at the hole. The reason that it's short in headwind is because this green rolls fast. Perfect ball. And that's really stinking close too. So I'm glad we got a perfect ball there because I can try to help you all figure this shot out and what we need to do. So that wind is blowing to the right, but not too much. So take a look at my setup spot here. So notice that if we take a look at the tail, like the tip of my ball guideline, it's a little bit more than 1 dark green square short of the cup, but it's almost as dead center of that lighter dark green square. Does that make sense? So into my ball guideline is almost centered up in that lighter dark green square. We just need to move our target over a fraction to the left, and then that ball would have been in the cup for a hole in one. So don't change the elevation. Play everything the way that I did. just right here, move this target over slightly to the left. And obviously, had we done that, we'd be in the cup for a hole-in-one. Now, it's not like 2,000 people are going to get the hole-in-one. It's not that easy, but it does give you a better frame of reference to try to get closer than I did. Okay, we can always learn from my perfect shots, right? Hole number 6, 20% elevation. Here's what I want to tell people. You know, I don't even know why I aim down here. I'm going to blame it on being tired. But we want to play this ball. Don't aim down here on the drive, okay? Go from here to here. Just play it a lot better. It's a lot safer that way. But it is 20% elevation. Make sure you pack your big dog for shot number 2. We're just trying to land this ball in the fairway. Now, this is where I make a mistake, is because I'm playing way too close to the edge of the rough. And I should have noticed that when I went to pull my rings, because if I hit a great left, I'm in trouble. Oh, and what do you know? Great left. So I'm going to get stuck in the rough. All right, not a big deal. Don't panic if that happens to you. But if you play it differently than I do, that's not going to happen to you. The most important thing on any time you play Golf Clash, when you screw up your drive, do not screw up shot number 2. And what I mean by that is, don't sit here and go for this crazy overpowered shot trying to get as much distance as possible. It's not going to matter on this shot how far up high you get on the fairway. You just have to make sure that you land on the fairway. The worst thing you could do is go from rough to rough again, because you're really going to kill yourself making a rough shot from that far, right? So that's what I'm saying right here. Like, look, if I were to take this shot and go with full overpower, like, what's the best case scenario? I pick up another 10 yards. It's not going to matter. I'm nowhere close to the fairway. I'm nowhere close to the green, I mean. And I see opponents all the time get in trouble like this, and they just take a crazy overpower shot. The needle's flying around, and you just can't hit perfect unless you get lucky. So, land on the fairway. When you land on the fairway, you give yourself a chance to save your ass, which is what I did here. 10% elevation, I pulled it at mid. Perfect ball. Okay, we save our eagle. No big deal. We take a sigh of relief. We go on to hole number 7. Hole number 7 is going to be played at mid-distance, full back, 2 right spin. Pretty much almost the same as we've been playing it all tournament, except in the qualifying round where I played it from the fringe. But you can see here, the hole is in the dark green row. If you're looking vertically at the hole, it's dark green. And then 1, 2, 3 dark green rows over, I'm playing in the corner of that dark green square. Now, because of the wind angle, you're going to see me here pull at an 11:59 pull angle. At least I tried to, because I was afraid that with the way the wind is blowing, the ball was going to come in pin high on this shot, which is exactly what it did. So we're not going to tinker around with this hole too much because I don't have another shot at it. So just try to play it that way with an 11:59 pull angle and see if you can get lucky and get that one to drop. Okay, it's the finals. I wanted to play with the Berserker at least once. This is the hole that I figured I would do it on and save it for. Just because if we land on this part of the fairway, which is the way to play it safe if you have low clubs, the green is very glitchy and inconsistent to find a good ball guy line. So I was trying to completely eliminate the sniper shot. Plenty of room to roll this ball into the fairway, like plenty of room. That leaves me with shot number 2. The mistake that I have here is I still have the backbone in my bag, which is not a club that I play with unless it's par 3s. So, because I don't have my Goliath like I normally do, I have to take this shot with the backbone, and I'd much rather take it with the Goliath because then I could be a little higher up and play it differently. But regardless, I use backspin, and I just kind of try to get my ball like that last part there, the ball guideline, bouncing into the cup. But this is a really weird angle. You can see here this fairway and fringe, it like slopes down and backwards. As you can see, really good from there. So the ball's going to kick weird off of it. But we still get it close enough. But again, I would rather play that with a Goliath. And really, best case scenario, You know, we eagled this in the last round. If you can hit a perfect ball and get the ball up further on the fairway, you're going to play with the thorn at 10% elevation, which is what we did in the last round, and we got the eagle. So we really a couple more yards, and we could have been in thorn range, which is what we wanted. Okay, hole number 9, 10% elevation, full right, spin, 4 bars at top, yellow ring on the rough, a little bit more than half a ball to curl to the right, and we slam this ball up the fairway. We're good to go. Shot number 2, minus 10% elevation at medium distance. Again, minus 10%. We play the shot uphill. I'm using backspin here to get my ball guideline into the hole. Notice this wind is blowing from left to right at a tailwind. I hit another great ball here. Lucky I have the score that I do with all these great balls. But this ball still misses way to the left, so this shot would not have gone in the cup even with a perfect ball. So I would recommend that when you aim this shot, when you go to set your spin, so start with 1 bar of right side spin, okay? Put 1 bar of right side spin on, and then apply your back spin and get your ball guideline into the cup and see what happens. I hope you find the video helpful. I'm going to let this load onto YouTube right now, and I'll be playing the back 9 as this thing loads and get that out to you right after this. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching.